Hi, this is James Ferrell with the Ferrell, Maritime, and Mesothelioma Law Group. I want to talk to you today a little bit about asbestos-related lung cancer. Lung cancer is one of the most frequently diagnosed diseases in the United States. A little over 200,000 new cases of lung cancer are diagnosed every year. Now, you may have smoked and you may have been exposed to asbestos, and we can help you determine whether or not your lung cancer may be asbestos related. Now, asbestos is a naturally occurring mineral that was mined in California, Canada, and in South Africa, and other areas. But it was a mineral that was mined. It was incorporated into many different products. It was used in the drilling industry as a drilling mud additive. It was most frequently used in insulation, pipe covering, and block insulation. It was used in the automotive industry for gaskets, for head gaskets, for brake pads. It was used in clutches. It was also used throughout the construction industry. It was used in asbestos board. It was used in joint compound. If you worked as a drywaller and you ever mixed the dry joint compound with water back in the 60s or 70s, it's very, very likely that that joint compound had asbestos in it. So all forms, there are different forms of asbestos fibers and different types of asbestos. But what's important is to remember that all forms of asbestos cause all forms of lung cancer. So whether you've been diagnosed with small cell or adenocarcinoma, any form of cancer, lung cancer, can be caused by asbestos. Workers who worked on the oil field, offshore, in the drilling industry, drywallers, insulators, boilermakers, people who were in the Navy, people that were in other branches of the military, people that worked in shipyards, people that worked in the automotive industry, all are at increased risk for developing asbestos-related lung cancer. So what happens if you're diagnosed with lung cancer and you want to know if it could be related? What we do is very simple. We get an x-ray, and there's a good chance that your pulmonologist or your treating physician has already taken what's called a 2-view x-ray. We then send it to an expert doctor who's called a B-reader, and we have them read that x-ray to determine whether or not your lungs show asbestos changes. Now, if they show asbestos changes, it is easy to attribute your lung cancer to asbestos exposure. If a problem comes up and we can't get an x-ray from your doctor, we'll send you to someone local to wherever you live and have an x-ray. It's a painless procedure. Have an x-ray taken so we can get your x-ray, have it looked at, and put your mind at ease one way or another whether or not we believe your lung cancer is tied to your asbestos exposure. So if you believe you have a claim, I would contact an experienced lawyer that's experienced in asbestos-related lung cancer. This is James Ferrell for the Ferrell, Maritime, and Mesothelioma Law Group.